Buying your first house can be exciting and can be quite stressful, especially when it's your first time. So in this video, I'm going to describe 6 easy steps on how to buy your first house. Hey everyone, my name is Moise. I'm gonna help you a little bit in this video on how to get started, how I got started and where I am. And I will bring to you 6 steps on how to buy your first house. If you like the content, please do subscribe and make sure you leave me a comment and get in touch with me. I'll make sure to get in touch with you and get you more. I can't tell you every single thing in this video, but what I promise to do is to get along with you so we can grow together in the real estate. So step number 1, what you're gonna do is educate yourself, prepare yourself mentally. Make sure that you know what you're getting into. Buying a house, it is a huge purchase. It's a huge undertaking. So that means you're going to need to be mentally prepared. What do I mean by being mentally prepared? Is you're going to research. Is this a good time to purchase a house? Is this am I able, right? Can I afford this house? Is this the right time? What I try to tell my friends and family and all my relatives is, hey, don't fall into being pressured. Oh, everybody's buying house. Oh, everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing that. Do not fall into that trap. It is your life and you're the leader of your life. However, I recommend everyone to try to get into real estate. Why real estate? Real estate is number 1. It is one of the safest assets to invest in, right? Of course, there's tons other ways to invest your money, such as stocks, bonds, and other things, technology, whatever you name it. But I consider real estate as my number 1 safest investment. So in education, is renting good for you for now? Do you need to wait a few years to buy a house, or can you get a loan? Can you get this and that? So let's jump into it. Step number 1, you already educated yourself. So now step number 2, you're going to get an approval, right? What are you gonna do is, I'd like you to go see a mortgage broker. Go to the bank, or your local bank, your credit union, where you usually go do your banking, right? Once you see them, you tell them, hey, here's my plan. I've been renting for whatever years and I do have this job, I work, I make this much money. Then they will tell you this is how much you can qualify. There's no point for you to go, I'm gonna buy this house, or I'm gonna, got this dream home, I'm gonna buy this. That's gonna be a waste of your time. If you dream to purchase a house that's worth $1 million and you can only afford 200, what's the point? So once you go to the bank, you will get what we call a pre-approval. So which means you would know how much you can afford, right? Step number 3, you're gonna find an agent or a real estate broker or a realtor. This realtor, you will gonna tell them what you like in house. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a condo? Are you looking for a family home? Are you looking for a multifamily? Are you looking for a land to build on? What amenities are you looking for in that house? You're looking for a pool, right? You might want to relax. You want to do this, want to do that. What exactly are you looking for? And then that realtor will set you up MLS system. You get emails that match your criteria. This might take a little time, might take a few months. Prepare yourself to see few houses, 10, 20. Again, I do want to stress you to not get pressured into buying something you cannot afford or something that's not suitable for your needs, right? Because guess what? In the end, you're gonna regret and say, hey, oh, I wish I shouldn't purchase that house. I wish I would have done that. That is what we're trying to avoid in this case. So step number 4. Now you've found your dream house, you found what you need, you're gonna make an offer on that house, right? A realtor is gonna help you in making that offer. An offer is a huge document, is a binding contract that you should be careful, right? Read all the details. Read everything that's written down in that offer. Once you make an offer on a house that you like, it is gonna be a binding contract between you, the buyer, and the seller, right? Make sure you read every single one. right? Make sure you know what you're getting into. You're not gonna say, oh, you know what? I'm gonna buy a house without putting conditions on it. That's the next step we're going to talk about, because it could get you into some trouble. So you make an offer based on your pre-approval. Just because the bank has said you can afford a 500,000 or a million, it does not mean you should go hunt for a house that's worth that much. Why? Why do I say that? Well, the mortgage broker or the bank does not know the whole of your financial situation. For instance, in my case, the bank might not know that I do have kids in a daycare, right? Bank might not know that you like shopping on Amazon, right? The bank might not know all your ins and outs of your financials. So that means you know yourself, you know your financial situation. That means, hey, take a step back. Think, can I truly afford this? Should I go to the max of what the bank has approved me for, right? And then decide from there. Well, you might say the bank has approved me for 500, but I'm going to go up to 400. And so that you would only purchase homes that up to 400. Step number 5, right? We're getting closer. Now that you've made an offer on your house, things are going good, you're gonna say, hey, by the way, I'm gonna make condition. So meaning on that house that you already made an offer on, you're gonna make it conditional. What are those conditions? Normally there's 2 conditions that are put in place. One is financing, right? Second one is inspection. Why are those conditions important? Because there's no point, unless you got a huge pile of money, you got a lot of money that you're gonna just purchase this house in cash, sure, go for it. You don't even need to watch this video, right? Just skip, go to the next one. But if you do not have a pile of money, the 400,000 or 500,000, I would suggest to continue watching this video at the very end, because I've got some few secrets on how to make this real estate buying more easier, or simplify it at least, to make it purchase smooth. Anyways, so you already made an offer, you're making a conditional. Your condition number 1, financing. So you will need, on a purchase of 500,000, you need the bank's money, which means you would say, I will buy this house if the bank gives me the rest, because I do not have the whole purchase price. I do not have the whole 400,000 or 500,000. The bank would need to approve me for a loan. That's condition number 1. Condition number 2. Well, suppose you're buying a condo, right? That was built in 1902. Well, that's quite a long time, right? Well, you walk in a house, you only get about 20-15 minutes to view that house. Do you think you're gonna have enough time to look through under the carpet to see what's in the attic or whatever that might be? No, you won't have enough time to look through and get to know this house, what it's all about. So you hire a professional inspector, and that inspector goes in and looks around and with light and all technologies to see if this house is indeed in the condition that you think it is, right? So they're gonna see if there's any crack, any hidden things that might prevent you from buying it. So this inspector is gonna look around. You will have enough time, longer than what you did, to look to see if there's anything wrong with this house. And if you're satisfied with inspection report, then you could proceed with your purchase. Those 2 steps are very, very important. So during this time, you need to know, do I still want to proceed to purchase this house? Is this thing still going to work for me? Step number 6. So now that you're satisfied with the inspection report, you're satisfied with the financial report, the bank looked at it and say, yeah, we're going to give you you're going to bring a little bit of money and we're going to give you the rest. Let's say you're putting down 5% or 10%, 20%, whatever. The bank says, yeah, we're good to go. We'll give you the rest. And you receive the inspection report. The inspection report comes in nice and clean. What you did see in viewing is indeed everything is as is in a report. Then you're happy to go. So you're going to go to a conditional removal. So you remove your condition. Now you're proceeding to the closing. Usually there's about a week or two between conditional removal and closing. What are you gonna do in this time? You're going to find your lawyer, right? You're gonna call around, see who's a good lawyer around who will do what you call conveyancing. That is to register you onto the mortgage, right? Register you with the land title to make sure that you're getting that house. Nothing else could prevent you from being registered onto that mortgage, right? Anyways, and the last step is gonna be finally, once you get the closing, you already signed the documents, you already got, you signed it with a lawyer, everything's good to go. Before the day of actually possession, you should get one more day to go see your property. If you're a renter, you need to give a notice to your landlord. You need to give a notice to whatever the person that you were with, or you need to call the cable company. You need to call the hydro company to get everything switched to your name so that at the possession date, everything's good to go, right? You don't want to, if you work from home or you do something, you don't want to have those services delayed because you waited to the last minute, right? Finally, my secrets on how I came up with a down payment, how the process was simplified for me. I suggest that every time you have time, sit down, educate yourself, and look at what other people are doing. What I did, I just withdrew my money from the RSP and came up with down payment. My first house, you know what it was? A rundown downtown townhouse that was next to a government housing. No one wanted it. No one really didn't. They were like, well, that's a crappy neighborhood. I wouldn't purchase that house. Guess what? That particular townhouse has made me a millionaire today. Things I couldn't have dreamed of, right? So do not walk by an asset that could be a life-changing for you just waiting for your dream house or by the lake, whatever. I mean, there's nothing wrong to desire those things, but those might not be the right time to desire a huge house on 10-acre by the lake. So get something at the right time. As long as you can afford it, just buy it. You know what they say in real estate? It's not about timing in the market, it's about time in the market. Basically, it's not about, oh, I'm gonna buy a house when things crash. Instead, you know what? Just buy something as long as you can afford it, as long as you've done the numbers. Again, I could walk you through all of that. So then have enough time, over time, 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years, that investment will be a life-changing for you. For more tips, make sure you follow me and leave me a comment. I will make sure I get in touch with you so you can get started in real estate. Peace.